We're here prepared to go through this. How many of you have seen the complaint?
Not yet.
Well, the complaint's going to answer a lot of your questions. There's an old saying that even a blind squirrel can find an acorn once in a while. You've heard that. I'm not accusing the press of being blind. I'm not accusing the press of not knowing what's going on. But I'll tell you this, if you read the complaint, you're going to see a political conspiracy. And even the press should be able to see a political conspiracy, which is what it is. We've got it documented. I'm prepared to go through depositions. I've taken a lie detector test. Have you heard anybody else taking a lie detector test? I don't think so. We're saying that this has been warped by the press and by the media so that people have been blinded and cannot see the truth. But unfortunately, a lot of people in Alabama did. 650-something thousand saw the proof, the truth, and voted for me in this election. Etowah County itself went nearly 60% for me in this election. This is where I came up. This is where I practiced law. And some of these people were before my court. Some of them were clients of, or relation to clients. There's a lot to be known. You'll have to read the complaint. Yes, we're prepared to go through depositions. The question is, are they?
Is this the reason why there was no formal concession on your part, Judge?
There's no formal concession.
You never said the words "I conceded" after you lost.
That belongs to the race. That has something not to do with this complaint and with the allegations brought against me.
And for those that are watching at home, for those viewers that are wondering why it took you so long, why did it take you months to make a public appearance?
It takes a long time to find out the truth in a conspiracy. What we've documented in this complaint will show the people of Alabama that these people knew what they were doing. They set it out. They described what they were going to do. They did it, and they bragged about doing it after.
And to those who question your timing now, that perhaps you're not as in the spotlight as much as you were back in November and December. You were one of the most famous men in the nation back then, and now your time is sort of, the spotlight has sort of moved on. So to those that question your timing of your press conference and this announcement.
I think it's altogether proper to bring this case at this time and bring it in Etowah County to show where this conspiracy went on. It's taken a lot of time to put together the facts that we've got, and we'll show it in this trial.
Towards the end of those 32 days, I believe you stopped answering any questions regarding these allegations specifically. Can you speak to that and why it is that now you're willing to start?
We're answering the allegations now. Read the complaint.
Why not?
Read the complaint.
Is there a copy that you could perhaps provide us, since we are all sort of...
It's online. It's online. I've got a copy here, but it's not the finalized copy.
Can you speak personally to what you've been going through, I guess, these last few months? Your attorney speaks eloquently about a reputation that has been hampered, if not destroyed. Can you say a little bit personally about what's been going on in your mind these last few months?
Well, I think the complaint will cover the fact that it's been very difficult for our family. It's been very difficult for my wife. And that's a point here. We've got more than two women making complaints. We've got people on the other side who are women also and have suffered because of these false complaints. We're going to make it very clear in this case.
Do you plan on running for public office?
I have no plans at this time for running for anything, no.
Not even governor?
No.
Are you still seeking additional funds from the public? You've been asking multiple times through the course of the last few months.
The people on the other side of this case are attorneys from San Francisco, Washington, D.C., and Birmingham, Alabama. Do you think it's not political when 3 attorneys from San Francisco come here to Alabama on a case?
Does this have
We have to raise money, yes.
Does this have anything to do with the political action committee that we found out later was basically backed by the Democratic Party, saying that if you vote for Judge Roy Moore, people will find out you're
That's a
voting
very
for
good
his
question. This case does not. Related cases would have that implication, but this case does not.
Are you planning further litigation beyond this?
Well, time will tell.
And what about the change of venue request? I'm a little confused. Is that still pending with respect to her defamation?
There is a mandamus action before the Alabama Supreme Court about change of venue from where Mrs. Corpin filed in Montgomery. We think the proper venue is here. This is where all the witnesses are. This is where all the facts are. This is where Ms. Corcoran's from. One must wonder why she wants to file in Montgomery and not in Etowah County, where she's well known. We think this is the proper venue. In fact, as Mrs. Isaac has said, this is the only place this case can be filed. 3 of the defendants are from Etowah County. One is from Calhoun County, contiguous, and the other is from Florida, who used to be in Etowah County. Both plaintiffs were in Etowah County. The tort occurred in Etowah County. This case has to be in Etowah County.
Judge, of all the people you've mentioned, you are far and away the best known person from Etowah County. Could that be a reason why it was filed in Montgomery among others?
I can't tell you why they filed it in Montgomery. That's beyond me.
Could that be why the judge kept it in Montgomery?
I can't tell you why the judge kept it in Montgomery. I can't speak for another
He's the
person.
most well-known person in Montgomery County as well, not just Etowah County.
And you continue to insist, as you have all along, there's not one scintilla of truth to any of these allegations made by the 3 named folks or 6 others who have come forward.
Come forward for what? Go on, continue. What did they come forward as? Sexual misconduct?
That's correct.
No. Name one that's come forward with sexual misconduct other than these 3. And one of these 3, it was a sexual
All right,
misconduct.
well, let's stick to the 3 then. You maintain there's absolutely no truth to any of these allegations whatsoever.
I never knew them. There's no truth to them, no.
Never knew these people at all.
Never know them. That one was before my court. It said that she had never come back before me, and she appeared before my court. I didn't know her then, and I don't know her now.
Are you maintaining that you would have won if not for these allegations?
That's something I can't say. I'll say that it didn't help.
You must be fueled by some confidence, though, that you've heard from your base, your supporters. What are some of the things that you're hearing and some of the questions they have for those that are accusing you of?
I'm fueled by the truth. The truth is laid out in very plain paragraphs in the complaint that was filed today. Unfortunately, you didn't have it. You don't have it now. But when you read it, you'll see it was about politics from the beginning, as Ms. Isaac pointed out. 32 days after 70 years. That should raise your attention. Look at the nature of the allegations. We're going to bring it to the people of Alabama, the people of Etowah County.
I know early on they said that they were afraid to come forward because of your popularity, because they wouldn't have gotten a fair shot, and that spoke to why the timing, at least in one case that I can't speak to specifically, but I know, when I covered it, that was something that was being mentioned.
Well, afraid to come forward as to his popularity, he's been popular. He has been in the spotlight numerous times, as I stated, just in this county alone as deputy district attorney, circuit court judge, 2-time Chief Justice of the Alabama Supreme Court. There was the 10 Commandments monument ordeal that he went through, and he was one of the most popular men in the United States and worldwide. So to say that they were intimidated by the popularity, he's always been a popular man and continues to be.
And if they were afraid of the power, I think you can recall the time I was moved from office. Do you remember that? Didn't have a job? Remember that?
Didn't want to talk
And
about
was suspended for the rest of the term the last time. You not always win in politics when you stand for the truth. And you're not always in power. And those that said they didn't come forth because of my power actually appeared before my court at a later time. They could have come forward any time. They didn't need to wait 70 or 40 years.